The real estate market is hot. It is hotter than it ever has been. And let's be honest, prices are higher than they ever have been, even higher than they were before the last market crash. Yet, unlike the last market crash, it doesn't seem like there's a bottom to it yet, or a top. And everything is different this time. So you have a house and you've been thinking about selling it? This may be the time. Now, everyone always says that, but I'm going to give you the 5 reasons why you should consider selling your home now and moving on. So let's go ahead and get to it. Hey everybody, it's Eric here in lovely Las Vegas, and I want to go through some of the reasons that you should start considering selling your home right now, because you never can tell what could happen, and we are now at peak pricing. And my big fear is not that the prices are going to drop. I don't fear that, period, right now. What I fear is that prices are going to go to the side. And what happens long term when prices go to the side? You're going to have ticked off people. So can you imagine if you paid $400,000 for a home? You go in there, you start making it your own, fixing things up, redoing the bathroom, and 5 years later when you have to move on, you get $400,000 for it. That can be just as big of a fear as it going down, because you're going, wait a minute, I paid $400,000 for it and I did all this stuff to it. How am I only getting $400,000? Then someone's going to say, well, at least you didn't lose money.
Oh, man.
And you're just thinking about the money you lost, so-called, doing the upgrades to the bathroom and everything else. So let's go ahead and go through those 5 good reasons to possibly get your home sold right now. Number 1, buyer demand is at an all-time high. No matter what I keep hearing about the pandemic and everything else, it doesn't matter. There's still plenty of buyers and still plenty of people with money. Now, I'm going to make a video on why there's still so many buyers and still people with money a little bit later, because it really doesn't fit here. What does fit is right now there is a 51.5% greater number of buyers looking for a house than there were last year, and yet there are half as many houses. Half as many houses, 51.5% more people looking for a house. I got a little anecdote to tell you. It was about Friday last week. I was talking to an agent in another state, and I was telling him about the run up in prices here and a little situation we've had lately where houses were selling over list price. And I was like, things have gotten ridiculous. Now all of a sudden houses are selling for $25,000 over list price out of the blue. And he goes, my goodness, what market are you in? I go, Las Vegas. Now, I'm sitting here expecting him to say something else. He goes, why is it so low?
What?
I'm taken aback. What do you mean, why is it so low? He goes, in my market, they typically sell for $100,000 to $150,000 over list price. Wow. Now, he was in San Francisco. Yeah, things are a little bit different. It's San Francisco, a lot of tech. But I was talking to an agent this morning of recording this video, and in this agent's market, they're starting to see the same types of overages of people paying over list price that I was talking about. $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 over list. This is where it gets really funny. It's a lower price area. When I say lower price, the average price of a home is in the 100s.
Whoa.
Not the 2s, not the 3s, the 100s. Yet they're seeing that kind of a price uptick because people are desperate to find a home. So if you don't need to buy a home and you're trying to get out at peak time, this may be the time, because I don't know how much longer this uptick is going to happen. So that's number one, which leads us right into number two. There just aren't enough homes for sale. And that gets into another long one, but some of it had to do with coronavirus. Yep, it did. So there aren't enough homes for sale right now. Of course, supply and demand, the good old enemy of everything that we want. More people, 51.5%. Supply, half of what it was just a year ago. Rising prices. Good chance to sell at the right price. Again, if you've been following some of the things I've been talking about, that one perfect house that was just overpriced and everything, it's still there. And yet, since then, a bunch of houses have come on the market and are under contract. That one's not. So, yep, no one's stealing their house because it's still there. So just make sure you price it properly, and for some odd reason, you actually get more for it. So price it properly and get it out there on the market if you're looking to sell or thinking about it. Because who knows, maybe this is your time to cash out and move to that other part of the country you've been dreaming about, especially the lower part of the country. Number three. Now, you have leverage. Now, you've had leverage as a seller for quite a while in most of the country. Here in Las Vegas area, you've had leverage for a while because we've been in a seller's market, but not like this. We're now down to a 2-week inventory of homes. This time of year, we've never had a 2-week inventory. Ever. So you've got leverage. Now, nationwide right now, the average home that goes on the market has 3.7 offers. Let's call it 4. Can you imagine having 4 offers on your home? In the good old days, you just prayed to have one. No, except for that one house that doesn't have any because they overpriced it, but it was beautiful. So get it out there. You got leverage. Buyers are going to do what you want. Think about that. We're not just talking about money. Well, I may need to do a little lease back for a little bit to stay here and do this and that. And leverage. Remember, Archimedes said, give me a fulcrum and a lever long enough, I can move the world. Here's your chance to move your world. Have money in your pocket and move at a point where you want to move. So utilize your leverage. So that was number 3. Number 4, it is a great way to take care of that home equity. The average home has gained $17,000 in home equity in the last year. Well, that's average, man. This is Vegas. We're doing better than that. Some parts of town have done over 10%. So let me see. If the average price is up to $345 and we've done 10%, oh man, the average person's probably made $25,000-$30,000. What if you've always wanted to, do something else that may not require a home? You're the vagabond type. You've always wanted to get that mobile home and travel around, get them little spoons and all that stuff, go to the Grand Canyon. I know we're close, but, figuratively speaking. And, go up to all the national parks around and do all that stuff. Tapping that equity right now and sitting around waiting it out, even though it may never go back down, but still, you got a mobile home, or getting that boat and moving to, San Diego and buying that boat, because I don't think anyone lives out on Lake Mead, but, this is a great time to think about that if you've been thinking about it. So think about it. And number 5, it may be the perfect time to find the home that meets your needs. If prices are going up that much, if they're not coming back down, because look how big of a shortage we have. If you've dreamed of moving from that 3-bedroom to that 4-bedroom or 5-bedroom, do you know the prices of that home has gone up too? So the quicker you get out of the house you have now and into the home that you dream of is going to save you money. Sometimes people go like, if I stick around and another year, if it keeps going up like this, I can make another 10%. So another 10%, that's like another $30,000, $35,000. You are correct. But if the home that you want to get into is currently $400,000, then that means it's worth $440,000 next year. So you got to pay another $40,000. So there's a $5,000 difference there. Oh, no. Think about it. Next thing you got to think about is, what about interest rates? Have you looked at interest rates lately? They've gone up. Now, they're still great. And I predicted this a few months ago. That interest rates were probably going to go up at some point, and then people were going to freak out and say, oh, they're the highest in history, when they're still really relatively very, very low. Yeah, they went up. Then people started screaming. Yeah, interest rates, they may stay this way for the rest of the year, which means it's not going to go down. You may as well stop fence sitting. So those are the 5 good reasons. So bottom line, this may be the time for you to start thinking about your move. And as part of thinking about your move, you need to look at one of these videos here and find out some more about what you need to do. And of course, hit that subscribe button and help the YouTube algorithm serve this out to you better if you like what you're seeing. Thanks a lot, y'all.